Hey guys, I don't feel good. Uh, I've been 8 days now with probably 1 to 2 hours sleep per night, and last night I had to call a nurse's hotline about 3 a.m. in the morning because I was passing out. I mean, literally passing out. But when I passed out, the moment I slipped from consciousness to unconsciousness, that at that very moment, I was immediately in a dream. And I researched something I'll tell you in a second, but it was definitely, I slipped right into deep sleep, REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. And the reason I say that is because I would be out for 1 or 2 seconds, maybe a little longer, but just a matter of seconds, and then I would come to with a jolt, but I couldn't move. I was paralyzed. I could see, hear, but I couldn't move. The first time it happened, I fell off, and I came to. I didn't move. I didn't try to move, but because I heard this sound. It was real loud. It sounded like the hum of a generator combined with that sparkling, crackly welding sound, and it sounded like it was right outside my door. And man, I kind of panicked. I grabbed my stun gun and my mace, well, I take that back. That's when I tried to move, and I couldn't move. I was like, crap. But the minute I moved, the sound stopped. But I grabbed my stun gun and my mace. I was like, what the hell's going on? So what happened again, I was talking with my brother, who's in the Philippines with his fiance. She's from the Philippines. She's also in the hospital and having a difficult time with some sort of infection. And I wish her the best. And her name is Anne. And I ask that you, brothers and sisters in Christ, pray for her, please. But I asked him. I said, I told him what was going on. I said, hey man, what do you think this is? And he replied back, I think you're trying to astral project. What? I know what astral projection is. So I messaged him back and I asked him, man, my nose here. I asked him, are you serious, man? Is that what you really think? So I basically know what astral projection is. You know, that your soul or your spirit leaving your body and separating from your body. So, but I googled it anyway to get more information, and the term sleep paralysis came up somewhere. And I was like, wait a minute. So I googled sleep paralysis, and man, you'll not believe what I found. You know, it is a real deal. It's this report said, and it was from some recognized medical site, that it's the body's safe mode. They call it paralysis safe mode. And what it is when your body reaches that REM dream state, your body releases chemicals, it gave the name of them, that paralyze you. And the reason is because sometimes with that rapid eye movement, your body can thrash around and move around a lot. So this is your protection, your safe mode, paralysis safe mode. So I knew right away that's it. That's what's going on. So, but also along with this, because this happened on the 10th or 12th time it happened. That's when I called the nurse. But this article also said that some of the things that go along with this paralysis feature is visual and auditory hallucinations, and most of them are exactly what it said. They're frightening demons, creatures, ugly creatures. So that led me to think what the Bible says. And I don't know the scriptural reference. And actually, let me back up a second. I'm not sure if it's actually in the Bible. I'm going to have to find it, or did I hear a preacher say it or in a study? But what it said is that when a person becomes, the more a person becomes a tool for spreading the gospel and tool for the Lord, the greater the attacks on that person are going to be. So I thought, my goodness, I mean, all these video ideas I got. I'm waiting on number 452 right now. And, and then I made the decision to share the gospel in all my videos. And because in so doing, I'm fulfilling the Great Commission, which is go ye into all the world and spread the gospel to everyone. So I thought, wow, I can do I can do that, and YouTube's all over the world. So I mean, I'm actually really doing that. So the thought that I'm still thinking about it, guys. Am I under attack from demons? And when this was going on, the last time it happened. Well, let me back up just a second. In that article, also it said that people often report having a feeling of being held down. And man, I'll tell you what. The last time it happened, and the reason that I called out for help, called Ask the Nurse somewhere. They were in Dallas. Is because I was facing the wall. My bed is right up against the wall, and I was facing that way, sleeping. So once again, I fell out, and then I came to, and once again I was trying to get up, but I really, honestly felt like I was being held down on on the top of my arm, and my shoulders. Feel like I was being pushed down, and at the same time, right in my ear, and I could hear like it was real close. I honestly thought there was something on top of me, guys. And the voice, I couldn't understand the words, but it was real evil sounding, man. So, but when I eventually broke free of that, I rolled right over on the bed. I rolled out of bed and trashed my coffee table, which I've since, fixed up. I trashed it. I knocked it over, and I got up and I stood in the middle of the floor, and I was like, holy shit, man, what is going on here? So I called the nurse, real nice lady, and I told her everything that was going on. And should I go? Should I call an ambulance? Should I go to the hospital? What should I do? I said, because I don't think you would really consider this an actual emergency. It's not really life or death. At least I don't think medical people would consider it a life or death issue, but so she recommended that I go to the ER in the morning, which I didn't. I was just too tired. Eventually, right toward dawn this morning, it's 10 minutes till 1 in the afternoon. I did fall asleep, and what I noticed as I was trying to fall asleep, that the paralysis thing wasn't going on anymore. There was still like a little jolt of kind of like when you're messing with a socket or some sort of electricity, and you just barely get a little bite of 110. It doesn't hurt you, but you feel it. I got that as I was falling asleep, and then I was falling asleep. I was staying asleep a little longer, but again, I was immediately in a dream. Only these dreams were not. I didn't mention that earlier. The REM dreams that I was falling into were intense, violent, stuff I had to run away from, and so, but these weren't. They were a little intense, and most of them involved conversations with people and stuff. Weird. But anyway, I managed to fall asleep and got about two, 2 to 3 hours, somewhere in that range. And when I first got up and made some coffee, wow, I felt great, man. I was energetic and saying, all right, what am I going to do today, man? Should I take the day off? I got some videos to do, and I've probably, this is no lie, guys, 15 or 20 ideas have come today, and I'm not gonna share any of them this time. But my goal is 500, and like I said, I'm at 452. And I mentioned in an earlier video that I expected to be done, to be at 500 by Sunday evening. But I think I might be there by this evening, which this is Saturday. And so much the better, because the more I do this, the more I realize that I really don't have the equipment to do it. I mean, look at me now. I got a cell phone, guys. That's it, man, and my little props, and so it might be better. It might be a smarter move for me to try to sell the ideas. And I thought that, all right, how am I going to do that without giving them away? So I'm going back and retitling some of them, but the new ideas I've been coming up with, they're real common terms. Like I'll give one or two away. Like I have You Follow Me. That's the title, You Follow Me. And it's going to be about liking and sharing and subscribing, and what the importance of that is, how important that is. And another one, this one might be a little bit of a giveaway, but I don't think that the people would really know the actual topic or the actual topic description. But it's called Dangerous Medicine, and that is about antidepressants. My own personal experience with them, which was, this was 2018. I sought help when I first got into the VA healthcare system in 2002, because I just felt bad a lot, and I didn't have any reason to feel bad. I had a good job, not relationship, everything was good, but I'd catch myself like, man, I feel like crap, energy. Anyway, I went to the VA. They put me on antidepressants, and as the years went by, I would be on again, off again of them. But then, along about 2011, I actually had a suicide attempt, which I will not go into detail about that, but not in this video anyway. But I was having a real difficult time accepting and moving on from the death of my mother. It really hurt me, and I get the same type of hurt, although not as intense, anytime someone that I consider to be a good person dies. And I mean, if they live into good old age, it's still sad to me, but it's a little bit of the edge is taken off by the fact that they had so many years. But when a good person dies at such a young age, I'll give one example that's always stuck with me. I was living in Houston. There was a news report about a 27-year-old young black woman. She was a Sunday school teacher, daycare worker. I mean, the accolades list was just long, but she was kidnapped, brutally raped, and murdered. And at that time, I wasn't living a Christian life. I hadn't lost my faith. I just wasn't living it. And man, that really made me question it all. Because here's a Christian, and why would God allow that to happen? And maybe another video, because I get that a lot, man. When I talk to people about God, which I've been doing a lot more of. Excuse me, let me rearrange myself. Which I've been doing a lot more of, and they always have those questions. well, if there's a God, why would He let such and such happen? And I'm sure you've heard him before. And why would He let hurricanes and all that? So maybe another video topic. Because, like I said, I had the same question. Why would He let? Why does He let children be born with horrible diseases, HIV, cancer, Down syndrome? I mean, the list goes on and on. What about being born blind? Can't speak. Look at Helen Keller. And what a miracle. That's another video I did. But, so the hurt involved with that is tremendous. So, after that suicide attempt, I'm going to just say this. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to tell you what I did because it was really bad. And it resulted in me being in intensive care for 31 days with my eyes sewn shut and having to get salve and balm put on me many times a day. And so I after that they redid my meds and increased dosages and all that sort of thing. So that went on for several years. Then in 2016, oh, by the way, and I was real good at following the regimen of taking the meds. So I was really filling myself up with these antidepressants. In 2016, I had moved in with a girl. That's the decision we made because I was living in a little apartment in Houston. She lived out in the country. She was a widow, and she had her own home that actually her late husband had built. She'd been widowed for about 16 years, and we met on a dating site, telephone dating site. But we talked for like 3 months before we actually met. And it was mainly her, she, oh, I don't know. Anyway, one day we met and we got along good. And part of that was we kind of we matched up in a lot of ways. And she wasn't extremely attractive, like I'm not. And she was a little overweight, like I am. And she lived in the country and so forth. So we moved in together, and as time went by, we were together about a year and a half. As time went by, I wasn't drinking or I only was smoking pot at the time, which she did not like. And she drank, and she had terrible mood swings. So one morning, after I'd been living out there for about a year, I was shaving, and I just, for some reason, I looked up in the mirror, and I just locked onto my eyes locked on them. I stared myself right in the eyes, and all the meds were on a shelf right beside they weren't in the medicine cabinet. There's too many of them, but they were on like a little shelf for towels and stuff right above the toilet. And I looked at myself, I looked at the meds, I looked at myself, and I was like, man, what are you doing to yourself? What are you doing to yourself, man? Get rid of that shit. I don't know where that came from. So I dumped it all in the toilet. And I didn't have a doctor appointment coming up, and I didn't tell him I did it because I know the first thing we're going to say is, oh, no. You have to wean yourself off of that. No. Okay, I'm not going to say that's not the correct way to do it. In my case, it didn't matter. Within 1 week of stopping those meds, I began to notice my sense of smell got more, acute, got stronger. I was able to smell things I hadn't been able to smell before. My sense of taste improved. Just the way things looked. By that I mean I guess it's ambiance, the lighting and yeah, it's kind of hard to describe because I didn't really notice that on these antidepressants it was like they're a little light, smoky haze all the time, and but so along with that, um, I'm gonna say within, let's just say in a month, 3 weeks to a month, I started feeling great, man. My energy came back, my sex drive. My gosh, guys, antidepressants have many bad side effects. And one of them for men, at least, I don't know if it is for ladies, but is erectile dysfunction. And I was suffering from that. I could get it up, I could perform, but I couldn't maintain. And I couldn't reach orgasm very easy. I mean, it was such a hard thing to do to get over that little hump, guys. You know what I'm talking about? I guess ladies do too. There's a kind of a build-up in the those feelings of pleasure, and then there's just a certain point. It's kind of like when a roller coaster is going up that long steep grade the first time, and it gets right at the top, and whew, you're there. That's how I would describe orgasm for me anyway. I would get up, get right to the top, and start to go right back down. And for me anyway, when that happens, climbing back up that grade, it gets harder. So anyway, my sex life, my ability to perform improved so much, and my let's tell it like it is. I was so horny all the time. I couldn't believe it. And my girlfriend, she was very sexual. But she couldn't keep up with me anymore. I mean, I was catching myself going into the bathroom and wanking because I just had to. I had to get that release. But anyway, other things happened, and I began to assess my situation. Should I be with this person because she not only had the mood swings, she was a complainer. She would bitch about things that